If you use RunCloud with your team, whether that's your co-founder, full-time employees, or contractors you're working with on specific projects, let's take a look at just how easy it is to invite them to your dashboard with teams and user roles. At the heart of all business and enterprise accounts on RunCloud is your RunCloud workspace. If you haven't created one yet, the process is super simple. Simply log into your RunCloud dashboard and click the personal space dropdown at the top left of the navbar here. And to create your workspace, simply click Create Workspace. You'll then be taken through the process of creating your workspace. Make sure to give your workspace a suitable name and description. These will be visible to the people that you invite to your workspace. And then, when ready to proceed, click Create Workspace. And that's it. Congratulations, you've just created your workspace. Your RunCloud workspace is where you can invite your team to collaborate on your servers, web applications, backups, and more. Now that you have your workspace set up and ready to go, you can create teams and custom user roles. Teams are how you control access to specific resources, such as which servers a user has access to. Roles, on the other hand, are how you control user permissions, meaning what actions a user is able to perform in RunCloud in relation to the resources they have access to based on the teams they're a member of. Alright, so for the sake of this video, let's consider a scenario. My name is Alex, and I run a hosting company called Acme Hosting. At Acme Hosting, we host websites for businesses, and one of these is a dog training service business called Bark and Order. Through some post-production magic, I've already connected the server we use for all of Bark and Order's assets to this workspace. Now let's say I want to invite a user or two to help us manage Bark and Order's site because we need 24/7 coverage. However, I don't want these team members to have access to any other servers we create in Acme Hosting's workspace in the future. To achieve this, all you need to do is head to Teams in the left sidebar here. Then, under Team Management, I'll create a new team called Bark and Order, also giving it a suitable description. And the last thing to do here is assign the server we've created to this team. I'm now ready to invite my team members. But before I do that, I'll want to consider what permissions make the most sense for these team members to have. After all, they probably won't need to delete the server. While you should obviously trust anyone you grant access to your workspace, we like to operate under something commonly referred to in security as the principle of least privilege. Simply put, a user's access level should always be limited to only include what they need to perform their job. By default, all RunCloud workspaces include the super admin, system admin, and developer roles. It's safe to assume, based on this scenario, that the developer role would be the most suitable. To confirm, I can hover over the role and click View here. Since this is a default role, you won't be able to edit the permissions, but by scrolling through here, I can confirm that it doesn't include anything the people supporting us in maintaining Bark and Order's cloud infrastructure shouldn't have access to. However, if you want to create a new role and modify any of these permissions, you can easily configure your custom role right here. So all that's left to do is hit Team Members, followed by Invite Member. Here, I'll be prompted to enter my team member's email, role, in this case we'll set this to developer, and team, which we'll set to the Bark and Order team we created earlier. The temporary access option here also lets you set a time limit for how long a user will have access to this team. This is useful if you want to invite someone just to help you out on this team while someone else is out of office. So, to recap, the combination of teams and user roles in RunCloud makes it easy to control exactly what resources a user has access to, as well as the specific actions they can perform on any resources they have access to. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you have absolutely any questions for us, please feel free to reach out to our support team. We're always here to help.